Welcome to wrestling and welcome to the Smackdown synopsis for the episode of Smackdown Live on May 7th. Sorry, it's a little bit of a late one, but I've been busy and we're going to just crack on here. And just like on Monday Night Raw, we get a superstar coming over with the new wildcard rule introduced, and it's AJ Styles returning to the house that he built. But also taking advantage of the wildcard rule is Sami Zayn. And not long after this, Kofi Kingston comes out and he tells, the crowd, were telling Sami to take a shower. Of course, Sami got dumped in a dumpster truck by Braun Strowman on Monday Night Raw. So, since the wildcard's been introduced and superstars are going over shows here and there, left and right, SmackDown to Raw, Raw to SmackDown, I'm kind of hoping that not every episode's going to be like this, because this was exactly the same as Raw. Sort of all superstars coming down to the ring and interrupting each other, and the first 30 minutes of Raw and 15 minutes of SmackDown were both exactly the same, pretty much. So yeah, I hope this doesn't happen every week. It'll get a little bit tedious if it does. They basically set up a triple threat match for later on in the show between Sami, Kofi and AJ for the WWE Championship. And then we get Kevin Owens. Earlier today it said in the bottom corner, Kevin Owens, he's not on the show because it's his birthday and he's taking a day off. But we'll get to that later on. Then we get Mustafa Ali giving one of those promos where he's outside, he's sort of all mysterious and outside and urban, and I quite liked the promo that he did before like this, so I did say back then that I wanted to see more of these. They're quite cinematic, feel a little bit different to the rest of the show. He was talking about how the light in the distance seemed really far away, and the Money in the Bank briefcase is going to be far away, but you've got to reach for it, and yeah, it was all... it was a bit much, bit of a stretch, but I do quite like that he does these sort of slightly different promos. Anyway, he's taking on Andrade, and promises to be a good match. Of course, both sort of high-flying and great athletes. And as it's going, Corey Graves makes a mistake and says, Ali is a step ahead of Ali. Oh, it must be hard to do commentary. But yeah, it's a decent little match going on. Mustafa Ali hits a beautiful Spanish fly, but then out of nowhere, Randy Orton comes in and he stops the match, basically, attacks Mustafa Ali, who gives some fight back to Randy Orton until he pops him up for the RKO. And then Andrade tries to attack Randy, and he leaps, just sort of like springs off the top rope. But Randy catches him with the RKO, so they both suffered the same fate. The match didn't really have that much to it, just because obviously Randy interrupted it. But yeah, don't know what they're doing here. Obviously leading towards the Money in the Bank. They gave the big thing on commentary that Randy's previously won a Money in the Bank. And then following this, we got a 5-minute montage of Roman Reigns' career, and I didn't really understand why. It took up like 5 minutes of the show about how his journey in WWE, he's been trying to get to the top of the mountain. You're not sure why this was on here. They maybe explained it and I missed it, but yeah, weird. Following this, we got Shane McMahon in the ring, and he was there to announce what was happening with the SmackDown tag titles. They've been vacated. The Hardys can't compete because of Jeff's injury, which kayfabe was given as Lars attacking him. So yeah, Shane is gonna tell us what's happening with the tag titles, but he has a little moment where he has a pop at the Miz. He sort of sees his opportunity and he grasps it, and being a bit nasty towards the Miz. And anyway, he gets onto the tag titles and he awards them to Daniel Bryan and Rowan. There's no competition, doesn't say there's a match or anything. Daniel Bryan and Rowan come out, but the Usos, former SmackDown Live tag champions, now Raw superstars, aren't happy about this, and they come out and they let Shane know. So Shane agrees to let them compete for the titles. Now, as good as it is to see the Usos, you kind of knew who was going to win the match, because they ain't going to give the SmackDown tag titles to Raw superstars, are they? So it sort of takes it away from it, really. But it was an enjoyable match. Of course, the Usos are great, Daniel Bryan's great, Rowan's great in his sort of own right with the whole monster moveset. But yeah, they basically won. So, as I say, it was obvious because they're SmackDown Live superstars. Following ad break, Shane's back. He's explaining how the Money in the Bank match works. When the Miz jumps in, Shane escapes, and the B team, now under the employ of Shane, attack their former boss. Of course, they used to be in the Miz Taraj, and once they've sort of leveled the playing field, Shane escapes, and then he returns with the steel chair. So, sort of coming back at Miz with what happened in the previous week when Miz attacked Shane with the steel chair. Or was that on Raw? I can't even remember. They're all blending into one at the minute. Then backstage, we've got Heavy Machinery sort of congratulating Daniel Bryan and Rowan, but you can tell that they're putting themselves in the running order, and the top of the running order for the SmackDown tag belts by being all imposing backstage. Ember Moon and Carmella take on Fire and Desire, and it's a quick match, this one. It did not last long. Mandy Rose winning it with a Bed of Roses finisher on Ember. And then Paige comes out and she tells them that her new clients of Asuka and Kairi Sane are coming for them next week. They will be in a tag match against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. We cut to backstage. Matt Hardy is talking about Jeff's surgery. He says it's all gone fine, not to worry, fans, he's doing well. And then R-Truth pops in to talk about Lars, because of course Lars has attacked the Hardys and R-Truth in previous weeks. And right when they're sort of, saying how nasty Lars is, he turns up and he wipes them both out again. He puts R-Truth through a table backstage, and yeah, they're putting him over. He's looking like the Freak is what they're billing him as. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Then we get Aleister Black giving another moody promo. It was just wasn't for me, this, to be honest. It was just like he was in a darkened room and it was all atmospheric, and yeah, I sort of zoned out a little bit, to be honest. Following this, so we got the main event, and it was the triple threat match that I mentioned earlier on. And this was good. I enjoyed this. We got loads of stuff from each of the guys. Kofi hit that splash to AJ's back, and it folded AJ up nasty. Looked really dodgy for his right knee. And commentary really sold that as well. And then we got Kofi was lining the Trouble in Paradise, but Sammy stops him from hitting AJ with it. Sammy hit a wonderful tornado DDT on AJ. Then he hits a superplex on Kofi. And he tried to do the same to AJ, but AJ slipped free. Then AJ launches Sammy off the top rope with a Hurricane Rana. And then later on, AJ did this awesome moonsault, and he got Sami Zayn into a DDT position. Kofi then tried to get involved, and Styles sort of kicked him to the gut, set up for a double DDT. But Kofi managed to sort of turn it around, and he hit the SOS. But AJ still had Zayn in the DDT position. And that was a really cool spot. I enjoyed that. Styles went for a forearm, but Kofi blocks it. And then he hits a Trouble in Paradise on Styles, sending him flying off the ring edge. And then Kevin Owens shows up. And he takes out Woods. So, of course, he said he wasn't going to be there. And he showed up. And he takes out Woods, who, of course, was at the ringside cheering on Kofi Kingston. Kofi goes to rescue Woods. And Sami Zayn, of course, remember, friends with Kevin Owens. He tries to capitalise and he hits the Blue Thunder Bomb. Kofi kicks out. He hits a second Blue Thunder Bomb. Kofi kicks out again. He hits a third one. And Kofi, oh my god, how is he doing it? He kicks out a third Blue Thunder Bomb. So Zayn, he's had enough. He thinks, right, I'm going to do the Haluva kick. He sets Kofi up for this. But Kofi manages to catch him with the Trouble in Paradise. And he escapes with his WWE Championship. Very enjoyable main event, I thought. Really enjoyed this one. And Kofi says there's going to be hell to pay for Kevin Owens at Money in the Bank. So, an alright show. I think this wildcard thing's going to be screwing up the shows a little bit in the coming months. There's going to be like an adjustment phase, I think, for all of us, getting used to superstars switching around. For me, it telegraphs the results of stuff, because a Raw superstar's not going to win a SmackDown belt unless they unify some of the belts. I don't know what they're going to do, but I had been expecting this sort of thing due to the Fox deal coming in October. Of course, SmackDown Live's moving to Fox. Fox want all the big stars on SmackDown, so this is a way for that to happen. So I was half expecting it. I think that's why I've not been freaking out like a lot of other wrestling fans have. So I think this one was, I don't know, because there was 3 matches on Raw that I enjoyed, but I gave Raw a 6. I really enjoyed the main event on this one. I think I'll stick with a 6 for this one as well, and hopefully in the coming weeks we'll see an improvement. But I'll be honest, I think WWE are dropping the ball at the minute. Of course, All Elite Wrestling's right around the corner now. I think they're panicking a little bit, to be honest. We'll see how it goes on. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you have. We have the weekly shows, Raw Replay, Smackdown Synopsis, and we've got our pay-per-view stuff when there is a pay-per-view, of course, predictions, and a post-mortem, which is just a review show of the pay-per-view. And of course, every week we have our Smackdown versus Raw 2006 GM mode. Been really enjoying watching these back, editing them. I hope you guys are too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.